Okay, good morning. Good to see everybody. For this practice, I want you to just know that it's going to be an easy, very gentle class. We're not going to do anything that'll stress our body or our mind. I want you to feel really blissed and blessed when we're finished. If you want anything to make the practice more comfortable, like a blanket or a block or a strap, feel free to do that. And we're going to start now by lying down on our back to begin this class. So let's just find a way to lie down comfortably. And immediately just let your body fall, relax onto the mat. Just like we're doing a Shavasana. Your legs can be wide apart, your arms out to the side, your palms face up. And I just want you to take a moment to get as comfortable as you can. If that means lying with a folded up blanket under your head or a pillow or anything else, go ahead and do that. Let's take a collective breath together, breathing in, directing that fresh energy into the body, and then breathe out. Again, take a big breath in. Right into the center, and then big, slow breath out, no rushing. Now, as you continue to breathe, notice your chest rising and falling. And notice the temperature of your room. Maybe there's a breeze blowing through the windows. Notice what it feels like to be here on your yoga mat at this moment in time. Take another breath in. Feel your rib cage expand and contract as you breathe that breath out. Noticing how you feel today. Take another breath in. Perhaps feel your belly expanding, pointing upward, and flattening down as you breathe that breath out. Notice your emotional body today. Take a breath in and release with the breath out anything from your emotional body that's weighing you down. Let's take a few more breath cycles here. Your eyes can be closed or open. And then be aware of your toes and just begin to wiggle out your toes. Maybe circle out your ankle joints. Be aware of your fingertips now. Let the feet rest and wiggle your fingers. And roll out your wrists. For this part, make sure your eyes are open. We're going to do a lion's breath. So with your eyes wide open, take a slow, deep inhale through your nose. And as you exhale it out, stick out your tongue. Now go ahead and bend your legs, bring your feet, the soles of your feet to your mat. And we're going to take our feet out as wide as the width of our yoga mat. And very gently and slowly, if you'd like, windshield wiper your legs. You can do it really slow, taking time to feel the stretch, or you can just go back and forth. When you come to the next time that you're on the right, go ahead and let your knees fall to the right, both knees pointing to the right, and breathe up that stretch into your hips. And feeling your belly rise and fall, maybe your chest rise and fall. We'll bring the knees up and to the left now. Both knees falling towards the left. Don't worry if they don't touch the ground. They're just falling towards the left now. Enjoying the stretch. Enjoying the breathing. Just enjoying this hour on the mat. Go ahead and bring your knees back up now. Walk your feet in so that your feet are hips width apart and lift your legs. You can keep your feet, the soles of your feet, the insides of your feet together or apart. We're just going to hold on to the legs and go for some circles. So do it in any way that feels good to you. Just circling out, giving your low back what it loves. You can switch directions if you're ready. And go ahead and come back to the middle. Now take your hands inside your legs to grasp your ankles and use your arms to press open your legs, intensifying the stretch in the hips. If you're happy here, please stay here because this is a great place to let the hips ease open. Or if you want to go a little deeper, maybe not, it might be too early. Find your feet or your ankles and find happy baby. For some of us, this might be too much and you might just want to stay where you were. Either happy baby or just holding those ankles. We'll go ahead and let that go. And then hold behind your legs. Legs are bent. And rock up and down or just once. It's up to you. You can do it a couple times. Eventually we'll come all the way up to sit. And we'll be in Sukhasana, in a gentle, easy, cross-legged seat. You can take a half lotus or just keep your legs one in front of the other or crisscrossed at the ankles. So just a nice, gentle, seated posture to continue our flow. Make sure your posture is nice and tall. Decompress your spine. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head. Yeah, just take a moment here. Feeling blessed to be on our mat today. And then we'll start with a little longer held side stretch. I'm going to walk my right hand off to the right and lift the left arm up and over. So just holding it and breathing with the stretch. You can look up or down, any place that feels good to your neck. Just a little longer held, keeping that spinal column long though. Try not to compress it. Seated side stretch, here we are. Okay, last long, slow breath here. And then why not use your inhale to take you up? And then take this left arm, cross it to the right leg, and swim your right hand behind you. And we're just going to take that twist to the right. Gently squeezing ourselves out. Let's get one more good little squeeze out of this twist to the right, and then go ahead and take yourself pass back to the center. All right, let's try the other side. So we'll take that left hand to the ground, that seated side stretch. Again, just holding it just a little bit longer than I usually do. Fine to close your eyes if you'd like. All right, and with the inhale, press it up. Now we're going to cross that right arm over onto the left leg, swim the left hand behind us now, and slowly twist ourselves gently, though, over the left side. Gently drawing that left shoulder back, turning your face left if you can, stretching out your eyes as well. Basically squeezing every last bit of any tension or stress out of your body. Maybe you're lucky you don't have any. Well, just think of squeezing out your inner organs for your digestion to work better. All right, let's take one last little squeeze here in our twist to the left, and then pass back to the center. I'm going to take time to just recross my legs before we do our Sufi grinds. You can recross your legs or not. So hold on to your legs and come all the way forward. This is like stirring a big pot of soup. So we're forward, and then we're going to go around in a circle. I'm going in a clockwise direction. You can do that or not. This is a nice stretch for the whole body. Well, not the whole body, the upper body and the low back and the arms. And we're also getting a nice stretch through that kidney meridian, the low back where the kidneys are. And this pose, these Sufi grinds, are named after the Sufi dancers. I don't know if you've seen them, but they kind of get in this trance. And as you're doing these Sufi grinds in this direction, close your eyes, and it's almost like it's trance-like. So those Sufi dancers, they get into these trances and they just dance ecstatically, kind of like what Sue does in her dance class. Let's slow down and come all the way back to seated. Take a breath. And then we'll come forward again, and then just go in the opposite direction that you did. Just like you're stirring a big pot of soup. This weather isn't really soup weather, is it? It's what could be gazpacho weather. Try closing those eyes and kind of just feeling the trance, like meditative trance, as well as the stretch that this gives. And you can go as slow and thorough as you'd like. A few more. All right, here we go. Let's slow down the stirring and come all the way back to the center. Turn your palms face up, and let's stretch the arms all the way overhead. Palms touch. Good, and then interlace your palms and turn your palms towards the ceiling. Decompressing your spine, literally stretching your spine up out of your hips, out of your pelvis. Good, and then release those arms down. From here, we're going to move to tabletop position. And we're going to move through our cat and cows, just our basic, beautiful, blissful warm-up. So find table pose and spread your fingers as wide as you can. Have your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Now, as we move through cow, dropping our belly, lifting our chest and our tail, then we'll find cat, really rounding our back. I want you to move at your own pace. Feel free to move as slow and as thoroughly as you like. Take your time. In other words, feel all there is to feel in our cat-cow experience. And finally, we'll release. Now, bring your feet together behind you, or at least your two big toes, and turn out your two knees. And then we're going to come into child's pose here. Really stretch the body back towards the heels. You can take extended child's pose with your third eye on the mat, your forehead on the mat, your arms forward. Some people like to take their arms back. That feels better on the shoulders. So find a version that you'd like. And once again, be a witness to what it feels like Enjoy every moment in the pose. Feel your breathing, deepen your breathing. This pose is a good rest for your, well, it's a good stretch for your back body and your hips, but this pose is also a good rest. It's like a vacation for your brain. With your forehead resting on the mat or on your hands if you need to do that. You can kind of massage your third eye. It feels like a little vacation for the brain, for the mind. You can massage out your third eye there for a few moments. All right, if your arms are back, let's stretch them forward now and really stretch out and then come slowly back up from our extended or our child's pose. Let's come all the way back up. We gave our brain a body a stretch, our brain a vacation. Now let's move on. So let's, from tabletop, let's come to downward facing dog. So widespread hands, tuck the toes, and lift the hips high into the air. And for this downward dog, we're going to take our feet wide as the outer edges of the yoga mat. And the reason we're doing that is to make it more accessible and a gentler version. Your heels will probably be on the floor. So go ahead and find all the full expression of what it feels like to be in this heels down, legs wide, nice, easy downward facing dog stretch. You can shake out your head, continuing to give your brain a vacation. I don't even want you to think, just feel. Couple more deep, slow, all the time in the world breaths here in our wide-legged downward dog. And then please walk your feet back and into the normal position, hips, bones distance apart. And look through your legs here. Really let your head relax. So now your heels may not be on the ground or they may be. It just depends on your anatomy. So we're in a downward dog, pressing vigorously away from the floor or maybe more relaxed. I don't know. So we're looking through the legs. Now we're going to come to the part that we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. So you can move this thoroughly and slowly, really feeling the experience, or go a little faster. It's totally up to you. And then you'll be at the very back of your mat with your legs kind of relaxed and fold forward. With your exhale, let something go, something release. That's what it's about. Release something. You might want to even hold your big toes and try to stretch to a flat back position. You might want to, or maybe not. And then release to a relaxed forward fold again. Now we're going to tuck the chin and roll up vertebra by vertebra till our head is on the top. And we come all the way up at the back of our mat to mountain pose. The next part, once we catch our breath and feel more comfortable standing, is all we're going to do is slowly and meditatively walk to the front of our mat. So really enjoy each footprint on the mat, each nuance of this little, short little walk. And I'm just going to put my mat back. So once you get to the front of your yoga mat, find yourself happy to be in mountain position, and we'll sweep our arms high overhead. And then let your hands come together, and you can be in steeple position. We're just going to press down firmly into our feet, strong legs, and bend our body to the right. We're not going to hold this one as long as we did the seated side stretch, but make sure you're holding it and breathing while you're holding the stretch. Good, let's come back to center. Now, Look up at the ceiling and lean back into the small back bend. Point your chin up. Open your throat. Good. And here we go. Come all the way back. Now let's take a breath and then lean to our left. Again, just side stretch, but we're not holding it that long. Make sure you're breathing. Good. And all the way up again. Now bring your palms to your heart. Here we are standing. So happy to be in our space, in our practice, on our mat. Close your eyes and just be grateful for 3 things in your life right now. It's all about that gratitude, that attitude of gratitude that turns the dullest day into a brighter, happier one, isn't it? All right, so let's open our eyes and release our hands. Go ahead and maybe shake out your legs. What we're going to do next is just our half sun salutations. Nothing too strenuous. These are easy. These are just half. There'll be no planks, no down dogs. So here we go. We're going to inhale, stretching the arms up. Full breath, and then forward fold with relaxed bent legs. Drop your head. Find halfway lift. Long breath. And then find fold again. Long exhale. Inhale. Take it all the way up. I'm sweeping my arms all the way out and up. And then arms by the side. That's just a half sun salute. Maybe you're blessed to be looking out a window or at the sun. I don't know. Let's go again. Inhale. Full breaths and exhale. Halfway lift. And exhale it in. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale back to mountain. Palms face forward. We're just going to do 2 more and then we'll move on. Inhale. Exhale. Flat back, halfway up. You can have your hands on your legs. Exhale, fold. New breath, fresh start. Let's take it all the way up. And back to mountain. Here's our last one. This one, when we finish, we'll step back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Flat back. Fold it forward. Ready? Let's step one leg back at a time, enjoying the transition back to downward facing dog. It can be the wide-legged version if you like that one, to really the really accessible, getting to all those little tight nooks and crannies, or it can be a regular one. 3 more breaths. Here we go. 1. Oh, you can pedal out if you'd like. Pedal the legs out. 2. After that 3rd breath, just be still for a moment. And then we're coming down, back down to tabletop. Gently back down. If your knees are fussy, feel free to pad your knees. That can be as easy as rolling your mat, or you can get a blanket or a cushion. All right, so from tabletop position, we're going to take that right leg and turn it out. So my right heel is basically in line with my left knee. And here we go, I'm coming up. So you can see my right knee. I don't know if you can see it. My right knee is on top of my ankle, and the right heel is in line with my right foot. I'm just going to go forward and back. A left and right sawing motion. And then I'm going to hold that stretch. So I'm kind of leaning into the foot. My knee might be a little more over the ankle. That's okay. I'm just getting a deeper stretch in that right hip. pressing firmly into the floor with my right foot, my heel, my toes. And then I'm going to stretch my arms out and turn my palms up. Hold here for a breath. Reach my arms all the way up. Hold here for a breath. And then just simply take the hands all the way down and bring that right foot up for lunge. If it doesn't want to come up, I had to help mine up too. That's okay. We're in low lunge. Inhale, come all the way up and sweep the arms up. Now bring your hands together, clasped, and let your head fall into your hands. It's hard not to smile in this pose. We're getting a deep hip flexor stretch. Our heart is opening and lifting. There's something very, uplifting about this pose when you're holding your head in those hands. So go ahead, smile. All right, last breath here. And then we'll take our hands all the way back down and step back to tabletop position. For this one, I'll turn this way just in case if you're not understanding. So from tabletop, I'm taking my left foot out. My left heel is in line with my right knee, and I'm coming up. My hip is opening. And I'm just going back and forth, left and right, getting into the hip. When you're ready and when you've done enough back and forth, let it happen. Just lean into that. It's almost like a side angle stretch. You can rest your arm on it, you can put your hand on it, feeling that intense stretch there. It's like a little baby side angle pose. Breathing and no hurry, really experiencing it, the nuances. All right, and then coming back up, I'm taking my arms out, my palms face up. I better turn this way so it makes sense when I move on. My arms up now, and then hands back down gently, and then heel toe or carry or step your left foot to low lunge. Your right toes can be flat or tucked. Inhale, come up. Then we clasp our hands, hold the head, lean back into those hands. Turn the corners of your mouth up. Enjoy the experience. Deep hip flexor stretch. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. Release the arms up and all the way back down. Back to tabletop and back to our gentle or regular downward facing dog. Your choice. You can always take the wide leg one. I'm going to do the wide leg one now. Or pedal out. All right, so let's all come back to the regular downward dog. We've been here before, remember? Look back through your legs. Now, be aware of your hands starting to walk slowly back towards your feet. Really feel the grip or the little things on your mat, the surfaces, the bumps, whatever they're called on your mat. Feel each as much of you as you can of the experience, and then come to flat back, and then let it go back to a forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to mountain, high mountain. This time, sweep your arms up and release your arms. Let's roll out our shoulders. Why not? Just because we can. You can do one at a time. It can be a little circle, just the shoulder, or it can be the arm. It can be the other one, or you can do them both at the same time. For you boogie boarders, this will be a good warm-up for today, right? Once you get out there. I'm a boogie boarder, but not in June. I have to wait till July. All right. So from the back of our mat, let's release. And again, feel every part of this next experience as we walk our feet to the front of our mat. Here we are, back to the front of our mat. Once you get there, Let's go ahead and open up to the wide stance of our mat. So I just turned over my right shoulder. I don't know where you're positioned, but we're going to get ready for a straddle fold. So let's start by legs wide as is safe for you. And let's take the hands to the hips and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Here's another chance to look up and smile. And then exhale, come halfway. Feel that happy, long spine. Take another breath and release your hands. Let them slide all the way down your legs, your ankles, maybe to your feet. And here's where you are on your own, enjoying your first straddle forward fold. Let your head relax. You can be still or move side to side if your knees permit that kind of motion. Everybody's knees are feeling different, I know. So come back to that straddle position now, and make sure your feet didn't get too wide apart. Mine sort of did, so I have to rein them back in. Hands on the hips, and slowly enjoy the transition, the happy transition back up to standing. There we go. All right, time for a warrior pose, warrior two on each side, and then we'll do some other standing poses. Turn your right foot to point to the short edge of your mat and bend into your right leg. And then raise your arms, and then turn to look over your left arm just for a couple seconds. And then we'll turn to look over the right. Let your shoulders soften, maybe down an inch or so. Feel your toes. Hopefully they don't feel like they're white knuckling. You know what that means, like gripping or squeezing. No white knuckling of the toes. Maybe lift them and lower them a couple times. All right, good job. And now slowly come back up and just turn your feet back to center for a moment. We're going to do the other side in a moment. So turn the left foot to face the short edge of the mat, raise your arms, bend the left knee, and begin by just taking a couple breaths looking behind you. So looking over your right arm. And then turn and look over your left arm. I'm just going to get some water. So if any part of your body isn't feeling good right now, adjust so it is. All right, last breath here in our warrior two pose. All right, and then release, straighten, and turn. Our second straddle forward fold. This time swim the arms behind you and either bring them to reverse prayer so that your pinkies touch your spine as we fold, or just clasp your hands. One of those will do, or another version if you'd like. Inhale, look up, and exhale to fold. Here for 4 breaths. 1. Please let your head relax. 2. 3. 4. Hands to your waist to come up slowly. Might as well come up slowly because it's gentle. All the way up. Good. And now we're coming into triangle pose. So pointing the right foot to the short part of your mat again. Let's start by stretching out the whole right rib cage in a reverse triangle. Just left hand slides down the left leg, right arm reaches up. You can look up or down, forward, back. Look somewhere that feels good to your neck, please. Breathe into your belly. Feel that great stretch along your right side. All right, and I think we're ready for triangle now. So if you require a yoga block, feel free to grab that. Arms are like a T. We're going to stretch towards the right. right, stretching right over the right leg, and lower your right hand down. Raise your left arm. So we have a couple variations, but for now, I want you to just be happy in the regular triangle pose. Nobody's unhappy in this pose. If you are, then you need to adjust. Really stretch open your hips. Your spine is still long, your neck. Try not to drop your head like this. All right, ready for some more variations? First variation, if you want to, just extend your arm overhead for extended triangle. If you're happy there, stay there. Second variation is make some circles with your arm in any direction. Just passing around in a circle. And you can follow that circle with your eyes if you'd like. If you're not circling, you're just holding extended or regular triangle. A few more breaths. Let's return now to the regular position and finally press up away from the floor. Pivot your feet so that you're ready for triangle pose. On the left, we'll start with the reverse triangle. Again, slide your right arm down your leg, raise your left arm. This is that beautiful stretch. Everyone should be feeling it on the left side of the rib cage. That's all you're focusing on now. And after that beautiful stretch in reverse triangle, let's go ahead and bring the arms to T shape. Feet are firmly rooted. Start to stretch over your left hip, over your left leg, maybe even in front of your left foot, and come to triangle pose. Maybe your left hand on a yoga block. Look up or down. Make sure your neck is happy. And then we have our two variations. If you're perfectly happy here, stay here. If you want extended, reach the arm overhead. Stay here or start to make some circles, any direction that feels good to your shoulder. Come back to regular triangle. Press up away from the floor. Come back up and gently pivot your left foot, your right foot, so that we're once again in a straddle position, but this time we're not. Now turn your toes, point your toes out, your heels in, and we're going to reach our arms up for five-pointed star. Reach your arms nice and wide. Maybe again, look up. And from here, with the arms wide, let's slowly ease into a squat. Only and honor your own knees. Everybody's knees are in a different condition, I know. So nobody do this if it makes your knees miserable, please. And then circle back up, arms apart, and back to the squat. Let's go a couple more times on your own. The next time that we come all the way up with the arms wide, imagine you're holding a ball. Now come back to that squat. Don't let go of the ball. You've got it. Slowly take it forward. We're holding on. Yeah, holding on. And then maybe a little lower. Finally, lower it down. And it's almost like a bubble. Let it go. It just goes away. Now slowly roll all the way up one more time. And hands to heart, heel toe, or step the feet close together. And just let go. And nobody should be worried about what we just did. Let it all go. Close your eyes. Remember your gratitude. Okay, moving on. Let's open our eyes. And this time, Take a few relaxed steps to the front of your mat. In this next part of our practice, we're going to move from warrior pose 1. Remember, that's the one. From warrior pose 1, we're going to lean forward and either put our left toe on the ground or raise it. We'll do it together, but we're going to move from warrior 1 to warrior 3. That's our balance practice. So we're at the front of our mat, right? We're going to step back with our left leg. We're going to bend the right knee, so hands on your hips or your waist. So find a comfortable position and then raise your arms overhead, arms apart. You remember warrior 1, maybe squeeze your belly in a little bit, tuck your tail. Good old warrior 1. From here, balance practice, we're leaning forward. This is called leaning warrior. And putting the weight on that right leg. If you can't raise your left leg, just keep your toe on the ground. Lift the left leg as high as you can here for 4 breaths. 1, 2. You can hold a wall if you'd like. 3. And when I say 4, I'd like you to just come back to mountain pose. Your hands could be at your heart if you'd like. How was that? All right, we're going to do the same thing. But first, let's inhale, take a breath, reach the arms up. Exhale, let it go. So this time we're going into warrior 1 again. We're stepping back with our right leg. Our legs can be hips width distance apart or more. We're bending our left, raising our arms, warrior pose 1. I'd like you to be aware of that right foot and all 5 toes pressing into the mat. Same with the left. Ready? Leaning warrior, and then come into your warrior 3, your accessible version. Even if you need to hold a table like I just did. Don't give up. Here for 4 breaths. 1, 2, make it accessible any way you need to. Keep your hips level, try your best. 3, nice breath. Number 4, and then we meet in mountain pose again, hands to the heart. All right, let's release the arms, take another deep breath, circle the arms, and let it all go. Last balance pose, and then we're coming back down to the floor. So find a wall or chair. It's an opportunity to make tree pose accessible for all, on or off your mat. Let's start with the left leg today. So just really, nobody knows what you're feeling right now with that left foot, but only you. Feel the bumps on your yoga mat or your carpet or your floor, wherever you're standing. Spread the toes wide of your left foot and go ahead and bring that right foot up as high or low as you care to do today. So tree pose, hands to the heart or arms up above your head. I'm not going to count it. I'll just surprise you and let you know when we're letting it go. Don't give up. A couple more breaths here. All right. And get ready to let that go. Shake out your left leg. Okay. Ready for the other side? So again, right leg. Spread your toes on that right foot. Press into the toes, the heel. Really feel the surface you're on. And then bring your left foot, using your big toe and your little toe to kind of, or especially your little toe, kind of like a little hook to press into the right leg. Arms overhead or hands to your heart, or make it accessible to you. Using your core is good because that helps you stay upright. Staying upright helps you balance. So maybe fine tune your abdominal muscles a little bit more. All right, here we go. Ready? Last breath here, and then let everything go. Bring it down. And you might as well shake out your right leg. Let your right leg be happy and shake it out. Okay, I hope that was good. Hope you felt good about that. Let's take our feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. And all we're going to do, I'll just turn this way, is just loosen up the body a little. And they call this knocking at heaven's gate. Just like so. And you're using your hands to kind of tap your waist, your kidney area, whatever you're reaching, your back, I don't know, whatever you want to tap. All right, let's just do 6 more here. 6, 5. Don't overthink it. I don't even want you to be thinking, just feeling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as you come to 1, go ahead and let's come to the back of the mat again. So we'll just slowly walk to the back of the mat. All right, so we're all at the back of the mat. I'll move up a little so that I'm in the camera range. We're going to inhale, stretch your arms high overhead. Clasp your hands and flip your palms one more time. With every inhale, send that oxygen to your spine or to your back, to your knees, wherever you need to send that fresh breath. And with every breath, slowly out, let go of what you need to let go. And then finally, you're at the back of your mat. You're going to release your clasp, relax your knees, fold forward, and then clasp your hands tightly behind you now in a forward fold. Just a couple breaths here. Remember, your legs are relaxed. Relax your head. Another vacation for your brain. You can shake it out. Good. And then let go of your hands very slowly. Walk your hands towards the front to come into our last downward dog. Shake your head, no and yes. And then gently drop back down to hands and knees position. And we're just going to come to sit. We're going to come to our seat again on the floor. And what we're going to do is bring the soles of our feet together for butterfly. If you prefer to have blocks under your knees, that's fine. Let your spine be tall. And lean gently and slowly forward, gently pressing into your legs with your arms. Last breath to bring us back where we started. Second version. Press your feet further in front of you, not like they were, so that if you look at your legs, they're like a diamond shape. Same thing, just a different version. Sit up tall, and then lean forward. Maybe your arms are resting on maybe your hands are resting on your feet. Go as deep as you feel like you'd like to go. most importantly, you're slowing and deepening your breath. Let's take one more breath deep into the belly and out. And find your way all the way back up. Now put your feet on the floor with a wide, feet are as wide as your mat. Your hands are comfortably pressing behind you. We're going to drop the knees to the right. Let them spill to the right, and then look over your left shoulder. Pass to center again. Let your knees spill to the left, and look over your right shoulder. So do it on your own a couple more times. All right. Finally, coming back to center. And let's go ahead and let our legs stretch forward nice and long. Reach back, move the flesh so the sits bones can press into the ground. If this is too much, you can keep your legs relaxed. So what we're going to do is find a reach with the arms up, and then a fold. Come any distance you'd like. It doesn't have to be deep. And then roll it all the way up and circle the arms up again. Fold. Roll it up. Circle the arms. It's just one continuous process. Trust yourself. You go at any pace that you like. It's almost like those Sufi grinds. You kind of just get lost in the movement of what you're feeling. Turn your brain down or shut it down completely and just get into a kind of meditative trance. And last one. Now let's hold that forward fold. You can hold your legs, you can use your big toes, you can hold a strap. I'm just going to fix the camera because it looks like it went off. Oops, did go off. All right. And then from here, slowly roll up. I guess my battery's dying. Slowly roll up and gently find your way back where we started, lying down on the ground. Flat on your back, go ahead and pull your knees in. Same thing that we did before. Give those knees a hug. I'm going to go get my charger because I just realized the battery is dying. So extract as much value from this part of the sequence when I step away to get my charger as you can. Do something that feels good to your body. Maybe by now you've added a twist, a gentle twist, I don't know. This is kind of embarrassing that my phone battery died. Oh well. All right, so we're getting ready for our last posture. We're getting ready for Shavasana. So again, if you need anything to make it comfortable, oops.